So tonight we are going to be talking about two of the biggest things that you can do as a new ambassador and as a seasoned ambassador. A lot of the things that we'll talk about tonight are still things that I do to this day that have helped me be successful, as well as Serena. So we are going to talk about your Franks list first and what Franks stands for. If you pull out, for you new ambassadors, we've got this quick start guide. Kirk, have you received your welcome pack yet? Nice. Okay. So we are going to go off of 6 and 7 right now is what we're going to be talking about tonight. So Franks stands for friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighborhood, kids connections, and service organizations. So if you volunteer, say for YMCA or Big Brothers Big Sisters, or even your church, things of that nature. And what we want you to do is, there is in your book, your Let's Get Started guide. Is it chapter 2, page 14? Yes, chapter 2, page 14 is a list where you can start writing down every single one. And I have multiple, don't think that this is me that has never used this. I have multiple welcome packs. And so this is my one that I use for show and tell, okay? So on this, you're going to start thinking of, ideally, like write down as many people as you can. We don't want to overwhelm you by saying start with 100, because if you can start with 20, that gets you going somewhere, and you're going to just kind of like brain map on paper, okay? So if I think of my best friend, I would think of Sherelle, and then I would think of like the people that I know because of Sherelle. Okay, so I'm just going to start thinking of people that I know that even she knows that we have a connection with, and I'm just going to start writing people down. Relatives. We have relative parties all the time, and we have relatives that aren't really relatives, but they kind of are because they come to all of our parties. And so I write them down, because I know them through my relatives. Acquaintances. People that we're not really friends with, but we see on a regular basis. Maybe it's the clerk at the gas station, or the lady that checks us out all the time that we go to at the grocery store because she's the fastest, and so we always go to her, It is amazing how you can start relationship building with these people that you see on a regular basis, and just really start writing down all of those people. I started doing things differently. I was an introvert. I still am, I will be honest. I fight that on a daily basis. I liked to work out at home so that I didn't have to be around a bunch of people and share germs and things of that nature, okay? But what did I do? I stepped out of comfort zones. I went and joined a gym, and I started networking with people that were not in my network before. And not only did I personally grow, but I did make a lot of great relationships, and I gained some customers and ambassadors out of that as well. So definitely network with people that, sorry, I got a little distracted there. Hello, ladies. I'm so glad you could join us. Okay, so instead of mailing a letter through your mailbox, it's interesting what happens when you actually go to the post office like we used to do a long time ago and interact with people. And this is a total interaction business. We want to go back to being people friendly and building those relationships and things of that nature. And so I now go to the post office on a regular basis, which I had never stepped foot in one for years. Same with paying for gas. We can do it at the pump, right? But guess what? You can also go inside and pay at the pump. And just thinking outside of the box when it comes to little things like that to kind of build your network. I am one of those crazy people I never thought I would be. I can log onto Facebook and just friend request, friend request, friend request, friend request, complete strangers, and it's so scary. It's so cool at the same time. Out of 100 people, I'll have maybe 1 or 2 to be like, how do I know you? Do we know each other? Okay, and it's scary because you're like, I didn't, there's one girl that I will be honest, I looked at her page real quick when she responded to me. She has her own company, and I just said, I'm new to town. I'm not from where I live. I'm new to town. I love that you have an entrepreneurial spirit like I do, and I'm trying to connect with like-minded people. And she was like, oh, okay, how are you doing? And I was like, oh, phew, okay, like we're friends now. But just something to think about. So every time I friend request somebody and they accept my friend request, I add them onto my list of people that I'm going to contact. Okay, so I do things a little differently, and you'll find what works well for you. But every day I have lists of people that I contact. I have 5 people every single day. And so as I add a new friend, I just go to the next day that needs some people filled in, and I put that person as soon as they accept my friend request. So that's how I keep my contacts flowing. And I was going to chat about something else real quick there about my process before I handed it over to Serena to kind of see hers, but maybe she'll bring it back up to me on what she does. So Serena, what do you do?
Okay. Yes. Okay. So we do some similar things because I also go in and friend request, total strangers. But more times than not, it works out. And what I do also that works out really well is I go to friends pages and people who are around here, but you know, they're in my kids' school, but maybe I don't know them personally, but they're friends of a friend, and so I friend request them, and then that way I'm getting more connected with my kids at school, because I also live in a town that I am not, we've lived here for, how long have we lived here? Really? Has it been that long?
2013.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, anyway, it's been apparently 4 years. I don't know, 3, surely. Yes, 3 years. 3 years. So anyways, still trying to get the knit of this community because everybody who lives here basically was born and raised. So it's hard to be a transplant in this community. So the more fingers you put out there, the better network you have. The other thing is that I've found kind of helpful is to print off your whole entire friends, Facebook friends page. And so you can go in and you can print off your whole entire Facebook friends list, and it gives you the option. You can make like one picture alongside, and then you can have some space over on the side and you can make notes. And so I do that. I like to make notes next to each person. Say, you know, say they are involved with another health and wellness company or whatever, I can make a note of that. And then when they come back to me, because they inevitably come back to me, is I can go back and say, okay, so what happened and what isn't working for you, and let's get you, let's get you plugged in here. And so that has been really helpful to me to actually be able to look through all of my friends and make notes of them. And then going through, I do something very similar to Bert, is I actually make a list of 5 people that I'm going to contact every single day and make sure that I do that, whether I want to or not, whether I feel like it or not. I reach out to 5 people every single day. And then I make one day a solely follow-up day. And so where I am following up with those people that I talk to throughout the week, I'm following up with them and saying, okay, what questions do you have? What can I help you with? Where are we getting hung up? Those kind of questions, at least they know that I'm going to come back to them, and that no question is going to be unanswered for them. And so those are kind of some things that I do to keep my friends flowing. Now, I don't automatically just go to them, hey, Plexus is great, yay, I build a relationship with them. I work very hard on those 5 people each day. What I do is I go to their page and I will like and comment something on their page, and then I will send them a personal message and say, hey, I saw that Joey isn't feeling well today. I hope he's feeling better tomorrow. Is there anything I can do to help you for today? And, just let them know that you know, your friendship means more to me than just a number on a computer. And so I like to really communicate, really touch base with people, meet them where they are, and then they realize, you know, when they see my posts pop up on their page, they can read it. They realize that I've branded myself with Plexus, but it is not my brand necessarily. I mean, I have so many other things like Life with Barkley. Apparently he's sick today. So, you know, just those kind of things. My family and my friends and my animals, they're all my brands, but one of those brands is Plexus, and they see that and they can appreciate that when I reach out to them in a loving manner. Did that bring it up, Bert? Did that bring up something? Okay. Okay.
Handy little list right here. It is available through Lexi, and if you do not have access to Lexi and your ambassador has not set you up on that training yet, let us know, because we want this list in your hand, okay? It's called the 10 to Connect list, and it's ever changing. So once you get somebody to sign up as a customer or an ambassador, or you get a no, which they happen, Amy, it's gonna happen. My husband told me one time, like, you can be the most juicy, beautiful peach on the planet, and you're still gonna have people that don't like peaches, okay? So remember that, because we do have something that everybody needs. Unfortunately, we live in a really sick world. However, there are going to be the people that absolutely love the pills that the doctor gives them, and they trust what the doctor has to provide them. And then there are going to be the people that want what you have, okay? So this 10 to Connect list, write this down real quick, and then we'll find a way to put this on our team page, okay? But you want to think of 3 people that you know right off the bat that would love Plexus products or that need them, okay? We all have 3 people. The moment I started reading into our products, I thought of 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. It just was like right away, I could think of a million people that needed what we had. 2 of them are going to be potential ambassadors, okay? People that you know need this, or that would be honest, or that, like, honest people that you know that would love the opportunity, whether they're super influential amongst the community, whether they're your best friend and you want to do this with somebody. We all have 2 people that we can really go to and be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Come on, you're doing it with me. So something to think about there. 2 supporters that are the biggest supporters of you, whether it's your aunt, your best friend, like I just mentioned. Family sometimes is actually really hard, has been for me. That seems to be a really common thing. Took them a little bit of like, okay, here she is. I was somebody that had a cupboard full of supplements. Never did I go a month without spending $200 to $300 a month on supplements. So this was not something new for them, but they needed to see that I was feeling better, because I'd done all that other crazy stuff, and Libby was healthy. She took all kinds of healthy stuff, but I was really sick. So 2 of your biggest supporters. 1 key person, somebody that you really want on your team, somebody that you know could absolutely kill it. And you have to be honest with them when you go to them and say, this is why I want you on my team, because you are way influential amongst the community. People want to hear what you have to say, kind of stuff. And then 2 wild people, 2 wild card people, just people that come into your brain, like maybe it's your coworkers, or, I mean, we spend a lot of time with our coworkers, right? So as you cross people off of that list, say that you sign a product person, they sign up as a preferred customer, fill that spot with another product person, and just keep working on that 10 to Connect list. So that's what I was reminded of there. We are going to go into one of the scariest things ever, which is face-to-face gatherings, okay? And at first I just thought, like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this for business, and I felt like nobody was gonna wanna come see me and visit with me and things of that nature. But what ends up happening is you will learn, being on our team page, and that is going to be something that we will stress often, is that what we're doing right now, you will be extremely successful if you continue to take time for this and make this a priority, okay? Sometimes we'll talk about stuff we've already talked about before. But what is really neat is that I just learned something from Serena. I had no idea after a year plus of doing this that I could go out and print a Facebook list, and that she has done that, and that there's no, so you're always going to continually learn something from people. So take time to invest in your business because you signed up for a reason. And like Jeannie said when she first popped on, we have women that are on here that are always on, and we can count on them to be here. And it's neat because we get to see them grow their business, and it's because they're consistent. Okay. So face-to-face gatherings, super terrifying, but if you just look at it as you're building a relationship, it isn't as bad. But coming from an introvert, the very first time that I was like, okay, how about we meet at Starbucks? And then I'm like, should I meet at Starbucks? Because I really don't want people to drink coffee and eat that crap and blah, 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 blah. But it was just more of like a meeting location and a destination to meet with somebody. And it sold me because like we're doing right now, you can see my body movements, my demeanor. You can hear my voice. Over text message, we don't have that. You can only show so much passion in words without sounding like a freak when it comes to this kind of stuff. When you are face to face with somebody, it is genuine. People can look at me and they know when they're talking to me that I love Plexus, that I love what it's done for my life. You want to start talking to me about what it's done for my family and tears will come, okay? And so those tears are not present in a text message. And so face-to-face gatherings are great, especially when it's something that you can even say you're vulnerable about. Like, oh my gosh, I so struggled with coming here today. Do you know how much vulnerability has played a huge part in my success? And it's hard because I have people, my dog groomer just told my girls the other day, your mom cries a lot. Every video that I watch of hers, she's crying. But maybe it's because I was raised with boys and maybe that's her out. And I'm like, well, it's not my out, but it is how I have connected with a ton of people because they are able to see that I am real, I have emotion, and I'm not ashamed of that emotion. And I am the same way in person. If I suck at something, I'm going to tell you, gosh, I'm sorry, I suck at this. And then it makes them realize that, I connect with people a lot in that way because they realize that, oh, okay, well, she does it too, or, So don't be afraid to do something like this. This is how I did a lot of my first face-to-face gatherings. I would message somebody and I would say, hey, I am new to town and I would love to chat with you. You're super influential amongst our community and I have a business that's growing out here and I think that you would be great at it for this reason, and this reason. And I want to see who else that can join us. Are you up for coffee Friday at noon? And then it was nuts. They'd be like, yeah, let's meet up. And I was there meeting a complete stranger talking about Plexus, and sharing with them what Plexus has done. And that has not only made me friends with a lot of strangers, but some people that I've known for a long time, I've gotten to know even better because they were acquaintances. And now they are friends because we've met at coffee and, or for lunch. And we've actually just talked about what I'm doing and maybe what they're doing. And it doesn't always have to be about Plexus the first time, but I can share with them, they can share with me, and then maybe we'll do it again. But face-to-face has definitely been super successful for me because it's like right then and there and the emotion is present. And I don't know, it's just, Serena, what do you feel like has been your success with that?
Yeah, so I hated these at first, but I have found that face-to-face over coffee, like at a little coffee shop. We have a little coffee shop here in town. Not like a big Starbucks or something. It's like a little mom and pop shop. Those have been really, really successful for me. The public sip and sees for me here, like if I was to do it at like I don't know, a restaurant or something like that, somewhere where you can kind of get a table for free, or whatever. Those don't work very well for me in my area. However, if I say, let's have a sip and see at my house, and I open my house up to a sip and see for my whole entire, Fremont team, I mean, people come out in drones. I don't know what it is about seeing the Bowen house, but I mean, it is like people show up. And, I usually will say just from 7 to 8, we'll just have a sip and see or whatever. But typically they will last until like 10 o'clock at night, where we're still signing people up. And so there has not been a sip and see that we have had at my house that we have not signed 4 or more ambassadors at. So they're super successful. I do one a month for my team, but they've asked for me to do more, so we're going to do probably 2 a month at my house. And I will continue to do my Friday one-on-ones at the little coffee shop, and those work really well. So I don't know, they work. You just kind of have to gut up and go for it, and I didn't really care to do it at first, but I have noticed over the time period of me doing more and more and more, I get to shine. I get to shine because I get to show my knowledge, and I get to show my passion, and somebody will mention one little, what they think is a little itty bitty thing, and I can go, I can help you. We got this. Here we go. And I can tell them exactly why and when, and not that you don't have to know everything about every Plexus product. I mean, I still don't know everything, but I like to look it up and I like to find out. So, but you have resources, and so use those resources. You can PM me, you can PM Liberty or Jeannie or your upline. We're all going to answer you. We're all going to help you out, because that's what we want to do. We want to help people. And so use your resources. You don't have to know everything, but you do have to be passionate. You have to show your passion, and by doing that, you show up. You show up, and people love to hear what you got to say. Otherwise, they wouldn't have showed up to coffee with you, So, so I would say try it. Try 2 a month at least, and see what happens. I'm telling you, magic will happen.
Awesome. See, I think that's so great, because what I do is I have done Holiday Inn, and I feel like a lot of the time that is a little too impersonal for people. And so I am going to definitely try to make it more personal, for sure. Thank you. See, this is why I love this stuff. Okay. So what we're going to challenge you guys to do is make your Franks list. Okay. And then Jeannie's going to post this video. She's recording it right now, so she's going to post that, and take a screenshot of your Franks list and put it in the comment section once you're done with it. Okay. And then we are going to challenge you to do the uncomfortable thing of scheduling at least one coffee date, one lunch date with somebody that you truly could come to and say, you might think I'm crazy, and I am, and I want you to be crazy with me. I'm doing this thing, and I want you to do it with me. Okay? At least one. We all have that one person for sure that will join with us. And so that's going to be my challenge to you. And even when you've got that one scheduled, put it in the comments too, because we want to celebrate you and your stepping outside of comfort zones, okay? Jeannie, do you want to wrap up with anything?
You guys did awesome. I loved it. I took a bunch of notes myself. So, absolutely loved it, because just like Libby said, you're never done learning. And I love how everybody has a different method that works for them, because we all have to find that. So absolutely loved it, and agree with everything both of you said, because it's things that I have learned too within my journey and what works best. And I think, Serena, what I've noticed on the home parties, just like Libby said, it's a little bit more personable. And if I say, like, I'm going to have food there, they come running. Like, they seriously come running. It doesn't matter what it is. I do not know what it is, but I have had people that, we've done just a few appetizers or drinks or different things, and they love that. It's really, really funny. But also, I think it's just making it easy and taking the catalog, and going through the catalog and just sitting on the couch right beside them and talking about the products. think that's the best way to do it sometimes.
Yep. And I do recommend having 2 or 3 computers ready to go because people want to sign up right then and there when they're, 1, excited about it, but 2, when you're there to help them, because they go home and they get freaked out, and then you're sitting there trying to voice message them, no, I'll do that, don't do that. So let's just sit down, do it right now. We'll get it taken care of. Sorry, Bert. I'm sorry. But I also would like to send out a challenge. If we are doing your Frank's list, but we're also doing your sip and sees or your one-on-ones, then there's no reason why you could not go silver and join that silver group. It will motivate you, it will challenge you, and it will keep you accountable. So I suggest that every single person on this this video, plus those who are going to be watching it, get on that silver accountability group and get moving, because this is doable. It's doable for introverts, it's doable for extroverts, it's doable for everyone. It just takes a little motivation, a little coaching, and that's what we're here to do for you.
Right.
Okay, one final thing. We do have a couple of newbies on, and so I'm going to say this because it's just within the last week. You may have a moment where you think, oh crap, like what did I just do? Remember that that's normal. We've all been there. And what that is that's fear talking to you, okay? That is the fear within you trying to talk you out of a decision that you made. And I will tell you that everything that you do through fear will make you successful. And you will grow in leaps and bounds in ways that you never ever anticipated. So yes, the Road to Silver Path group that we're starting is going to be awesome. And what usually ends up happening is like day 1, 2, and 3, people are pumped up and they're posting every single day. But we have taken time to set aside these posts for you so that you can grow and learn and reach your dreams with what you want from this, whether that's your products paid for, or whether that's you want to quit your job and make an income from doing this. If you apply yourself every single day to that group, there's no doubt that you'll grow in one way or another, okay? So can't wait to see you guys on there. And does anybody have any questions before we end the call tonight? Just love seeing all your faces. So awesome. Can make me a little emotional because some of the, like everyone on here in one way, shape, or another has like touched my life and made me grow, you know? And so that's going to be something neat that you guys will find too, is that you're going to find new friends. Look at Shayna's perfect little like profile picture, like.
That's because my hair's not fixed today.
A still picture, you know, just to.
And our lips move. Well, it's like the perfect profile picture, but our lips move.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, guys.
You didn't record that, did you, Jeannie? Why do I always do stuff like that?
It's recorded.
All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us tonight. And tomorrow is going to be the Freedom Team call. So that one is usually about a half an hour earlier than this one. So keep an eye out for that. Mondays and Tuesday nights are our team calls. So remember that. We try to make it to where the rest of the evening you can spend, you know, the rest of the week you can spend working your business, not on team calls. So utilize them as much as you can. They'll help you be super successful.
Awesome. Thanks, Libby and Serena, for pouring into us too. Appreciate you guys.
Of course. We love all of you.
All right, guys. Bye. Enjoy your evening.